Oh, not sure about the lighting. Because how important is it? I mean, lighting's always pretty important. Lighting's always pretty important. Maybe if I move it over here. There seemed to be like a fuzzy glow at the top of my phone. You think a guy like me wants a fuzzy glow at the top of his phone? There we go. There we go. I had to smush it. I'd made by freezing my water, I'd made the bottom of the water cup rather bulbous. Bulbous is a funny word. But I think it's an appropriate word for what I was dealing with at that moment. Good morning, RJ. Good morning. Wow, just RJ and I could just FaceTime RJ. Save all this, I don't know, save the world being subjected to whatever it is Coffee with Ken is. Would the world be a better place or not? I like to think the world would be a lesser place without Coffee with Ken. But I will leave it up to the individual viewer to decide. Hello, Vanessa. Hello, Abdul. Hello, Rick. Michelle with an E. Oh, Michelle with an E. Your parents really gave you a lot of headaches throughout your life. Naming you Michelle with an E. I wonder how many times you had to clarify the spelling of that. Good morning, Josh Agran. Hello, Rosa Fit. RJ, thank you so much for sharing the live. And Vanessa, thank you for just the hand. It's a wave. I think it's a little wave. Let me have a little more water. Oh, that's so nice. That is so nice. That is so nice. Getting various... Are those emojis? Are those called emojis? I saw the Emoji Movie, and again, I'm old. I'm 56. I'm still not very quick at doing emojis and still want to do a colon and a parentheses. I really like the days when you'd put the colon in the parentheses and it would like auto-correct it to a smiley face. Those were really my good days. Because nobody would know what I'm... Now if you put a colon in a parentheses, they just leave it. Because they don't think there's any of us left that still do that. But those days when you could put that and it would auto-correct it to a smiley face emoji. Those were really my great... Those when I was the most awesome. When I look back on my life, I was the most awesome when I could put the colon in the parentheses and it would autocorrect. Because nobody knew that I didn't get it, didn't know how to do it. Good morning, Spencer Hughes. Look at Josh Agran really laying down the colon in the parentheses for me. I appreciate that. Making me feel like it's not just me. I'm not alone. There's other. Would I do the winky face to a woman if I knew how to do a winky face to a woman? I would lay down the winky faces. What sort of punctuation do I need to put the winky face? I don't even know. I do not know what it could be. But I know if I figured out that punctuation was sending it out to a babe, she'd pick up the vibe I was laying down and go, hey, I like this guy a whole lot. He just sent me a bunch of punctuation winky faces. He must really love me, or he must really be interested. Maybe we should go on a date. We could sit at a table at a fancy restaurant across from each other on the phone, sending out various emojis to each other, communicating strictly via emoji, sending messages to the waiter in emoji. Bring me more wine. My water is running a little low emoji. The thirsty emoji. Is there a thirsty emoji? There probably is. But, yeah. Well, Trish, I don't know. It's been a while. Trish said, isn't that the way it's done today? It's been a while since I've really been on a hot date. But I am waiting tables. And I mean, unfortunately, where I go, there's not a ton of that going on. But I've been to places where there's a lot of that going on. And you'll go to Starbucks, some people do it. Maybe it's okay, because maybe at Starbucks I'm doing it too. Because maybe when I'm at Starbucks, if I was on a date, I wouldn't be doing it. Or if I was meeting a buddy, I wouldn't be doing it. But most of the time I'm at Starbucks, I'm honestly working on my phone and editing videos and posting videos and growing my audience and doing Coffee with Ken. Oh, Ricky T. Well, Trish, I don't know. I've heard it's something two people do when they're interested in each other. Trish asked, what is a date? It's what two people do when they're interested in each other. Oftentimes early in the courting process. Courting is a fun word, too. It seems so old-fashioned. May I court your daughter, sir? Not the now. That's my effort at Braveheart. Not the now. I remember when Mel Gibson was interested in that very beautiful actress. I don't know who she was. She didn't last too long in the movie. And he was trying to get the girl. He gets the girl. Is it a way to get to know each other? But anyway, good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. It is Sunday morning. Shh. Sunday morning. It's just about 5:50 a.m. We should all be asleep. It's too early to get up, especially for me, but I'll get to that in a moment. Happy Sunday. This is a show I've done for quite some time. It's a show about me talking and sharing some feelings and kind of sharing a little bit about life. Trish, thank you so much for following The Live Creator. I think you're going to enjoy my show. I think you already do. We have a fun banter already about what is and what is not a date. Maybe I should talk longer about that and my audience would explode. I generally don't talk too much about my love life on this show because it's currently not existent. But it's okay. It's okay. I'm okay with where it's at because I've got other things to focus on in life. And that's part of what Coffee with Ken is. Kind of working on ourselves and getting a little better and striving forward and making progress and having fun and smiling and laughing. But anyway, for those that have been watching a while, you know this is not just a show about me doing all that. You know it is also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. Say it with me. Coffee. And with that in mind, I have a nice hot cup of coffee in front of me. Hold on here. And I am so excited to have my first sip at this early hour on this September 8th. My hope is that wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you too have a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. Oh, I was almost scared to take a sip there. I was almost scared to take a sip there. I knew it would be hot. I knew it would be hot. Good morning, Keith. What are you cooking up today? I know where you live, Keith. I know where you live. If you tell me what you are cooking, if you're cooking one of those delicious, what'd you make a couple weeks ago? Smoking Griddle Boy, who just hopped on, is, if anyone likes food, as a matter of fact, RJ, you should probably follow him. He grills some fun stuff. He doesn't live too far from where we are, RJ. You're to the west of me, and Keith's to the east. But Keith does some fun shows about grilling food, and he'll get out there in the morning with a cup of coffee, or in the afternoon with a beer or whatever, and do a great job posting videos about grilling. And it's kind of entertaining, and he's got a funny attitude about it. And I think he's got a buddy that he does the show with occasionally. They were dancing. I won't say they were dancing that well, but they were dancing. And it doesn't matter how well you do it, as long as you're dancing. So let's have a little more coffee. RJ, you're going to love Keith. You're going to drop me. I'm going to get jealous. Keith and RJ are going to become besties because they both really like food. I mean, I assume Keith does. He makes great food. But RJ really likes food. I don't know if either of them even really care that much about coffee. They just hadn't found each other yet. And now that they've found each other, they're going to drop me like yesterday's news. I'll have to find two. Maybe Trish will be my new Keith or my new RJ. Trish, you have to stay with me. But Tara Jacobs is still there. Oh, thank you. Trish says she's a foodie. Well, Trish, I guess you should follow RJ and Keith, also known as Chippy and Smoking Griddle Boy. But she's a Southern girl. Well, that's okay. I don't think they discriminate against Southern girls watching their content. But they both have fun with it. Keith knows his niche. Our Smoking Griddle Boy knows his niche. RJ's searching for it. But he likes it. He likes content creation. RJ does. Yes, he does. But anyway, it's Sunday morning. It is 5:54 a.m. I'm just waking up. I woke up too early this morning. But again, I talk about mental health and feeling better and being grateful and praying and all sorts of stuff. And I woke up at 4:50 this morning. And I worked last night. I didn't get home till, 10:30. I was probably up for another hour. So fell asleep shortly before midnight. And when I woke up this morning, I thought, crap, it's only 4:50. 4:50 is a dangerous time to wake up. I mean, not super dangerous, but you wake up at 2 o'clock in the middle of the night or something like that. You go, oh, good, I get several more hours of sleep. But at 4:50, you start wondering, hey, maybe I should get up and brew the coffee. And that's what I did as I lay there and I go, I probably need more sleep. And maybe I do. I'll tell you what, I posted a video on sobriety this morning. and kind of got me all enthused, got me feeling good. I go, wow, the guy I'm watching on this video is really bearing his soul and sharing his experience. Somebody might want to watch the guy on this video, so I posted it and immediately started doing real well on one social media platform, as I would expect, because the content was high quality. And the guy was very handsome that was revealing his soul. I won't tell you who he was, but he was handsome and he was bald. And he was talking about sobriety, which is a good mix of content, because that's always a hot, popular topic. Because honestly, I think most of the world probably struggles, either is struggling with some sort of sobriety issues or is trying to hide the fact that they are. And I was thinking about it because last night I had a guy reach out to me and say, hey, love your content. So badly want to stop drinking. Just, when the bell sounds at 5 o'clock, I really think about, going out, winding down. It's the only way I can relax. And I think I'm giving him spot on advice. It's not as loving and tender as some might, but I think I can help this guy stop drinking. But it won't be necessarily, it'll be just pointing out the obvious. I told him the bell is the sound of a guy that doesn't want to quit drinking. And it's true. And then he goes, oh, no, I really do. But then I don't know, drive by the liquor store and blah, 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 blah. It's going to sound like tough love. But I was going, well, let me know when you want to stop drinking. Yeah, I understand the liquor store is attractive. I bet you might have a beer in there that's really delish, that you really like. But the problem is you like the alcohol, and it's not a problem. It's not a problem. I think we should just be honest about it. It's not a problem. You like drinking. You don't want to stop. I understand. I'm probably not going to spend a whole lot of time hearing the drama of your relationship with your alcohol. I won't give you the warm shoulder to cry because I don't know you. You chose to drink last night. That's cool. I didn't ask you to stop. But, yeah. Oh, gosh, there's other choices besides drinking, and he knows it. And I'm not trying to be mean or poke fun. But I think I'm just talking about this guy and giving vague details because I think all of us do it. And it's okay. I'm not judging you and saying you're wrong or bad or should stop. I don't care. Have a beer. It tastes good. The buzz feels good. I get it. I get it. But I was just doing it all the time, and I chose to stop. I'm not telling you should stop. Don't. Watch a football game today. Drink a bunch of beers. You'll have fun. Problem for me was, I'd do it again tomorrow, and I'd start early, and I'd wake up at 3 a.m, and I'd feel crappy tomorrow. And I just made a choice to stop doing it. Yeah. Trish says she had a glass of wine last night. That's cool, Trish. That's cool. I don't. But I guess the difference is, Trish, you're not coming to me going, oh gosh, I don't know how to stop. And I have so many people reaching out going, I don't know how to stop. I drive by the bar and it sounds so fun. It probably will be fun. You go in, you get drunk, you spend a lot of money. You watch a game that's super interesting because you're drunk, and you cheer, and you and your buddies drive home and hope a cop doesn't pull you over. Oh, I know. I know. And you think you're okay, and you think you haven't had too much, and you count the number of beers per hour you've had, and you go, okay, I should be okay, but I sure hope a cop doesn't pull me over just the same. I know. I know. I think it's easy to stop when you want to. And if you don't want to, you're never going to stop. And I think the sooner we're honest about that, you know, and I'm not blaming for somebody for doing it. I get it. I get it. I had a lot of fun drinking at times. But then I just realized my life would be better if I stopped. And so once I made that decision, the rest kind of fell into place. I talk a little bit about content creation. I'm going live on TikTok right now. And when you post a video over a minute on TikTok, and if you're part of their creator program, you have a chance to generate. My tummy's rumbling. If you're hearing a little, it's my tummy. So I apologize in advance. I think my tummy's digesting the tub of ice cream I had when I got home from work last night. Good morning, Sherry. When I go to a bar sober, do I look at people like, wow, I used to be like that? It sounds so judgmental, but probably. I'll tell you what, you go to a bar sober, you see people having a great time. I mean, you know. But they're, loud, and they're laughing really loud, and they're talking really loud, and they're screaming really loud. And, I get it. I probably did all those things, and I'm a loud guy without it. And I don't have any big issue, but I don't have as much fun when I go to a bar now. Yeah. Hello, user. Hello, Mika. Good morning, Sherry. Although I may have already said good morning. Scotty threw out an interesting comment. Yeah, they do sometimes. I mean, maybe I do too. I don't know. Maybe when they do or don't drink, they do. They just have active salivary glands, and they talk with enthusiasm, and their salivary glands are going, ah. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I woke up this morning again at 4:50, and I'm going, I don't know, 5 hours of sleep, that's not enough. But I did think it's a good thing I don't drink anymore, because when I did drink, I'd lay in bed and go, I got to get more sleep or my day's going to be screwed. That was a common experience for me almost every day. And now I just get up and go, let's make the coffee. It's 4:50. I'll be okay. I might be a little sleepy. If I need more sleep later, I'll get more sleep. If I don't, I will keep rocking and rolling through my day and have a great day just the same. And then sleep well tonight. And I'll tell you, once you realize how sucky being hungover is, or even a little foggy or a little crappy feeling, seems like an obvious decision. Way to go, Sherry. Oh, it's so nice. Did I even tell you what my coffee was? Did I even tell you what my coffee was? Johnny Jacobs asked if I ever watched the sunrise. Oh, did I watch the sunrise? There was a period a couple of years back, Johnny Jacobs, when I was residing in my automobile for a couple months. I'd switched careers. I had switched careers, switched, mean left a career I was doing and hoped to do something else, but didn't uh, know what to do. Didn't know what to do. And I was residing, we'll put it that way, it sounds so much better. When you're saying you're residing, it's like a choice. And I had a ton of expenses and couldn't afford life and was living in my automobile for like 2 months. And I watched the sunrise every morning. And it was a hard time in my life. And I woke up and folded my comforter and put my pillow in my trunk and brushed my teeth and watched the sunrise every morning and realized that was God telling me that I'm okay and I'm doing the right thing and everything's going to be okay. So yeah, I watched the sunrise and I appreciate it every day. Not every day, but the sunrise or the sunset or the blue sky or the green leaves or the green grass or the cool air or I tell you what, when you get in a bad spot, you learn to appreciate the blessings we have in life. And every morning I saw the sunrise and I said, folding up my green comforter and putting it in my trunk. And finding a way to say, thank you, God, for the sunrise. And yeah, so I watched the sunrise. Oh. Sherry says she's whining, but she doesn't want to go to work tomorrow and inject eyeballs. Sherry, I don't even know what that means, but yeah, I don't even know what that means. Let's get it off the subject of injecting eyeballs, but let's talk about Sherry not wanting to go to work tomorrow. I'm going to work today. I go to work at noon. I've gotten very little sleep, and I'm going to be working at the restaurant at noon. I'd probably like to be watching the Bears game or doing a whole bunch of other things. And if your mind starts going down that road, it's easy to stay on that road and go, crap, I got to go to work tomorrow. But if you're focused on getting to a better spot, whatever you do, if you look at it as building towards something and working towards something or helping some people, that you're going to feel a lot better. And yeah, all right. Sherry's got a good attitude. She was just being honest. And it's cool to be honest, Sherry. I appreciate that. It's cool. It's cool to say, I think it's totally okay to go, crap, I don't want to go to work tomorrow. I mean, because right now I'm thinking, crap, I don't want to go to work at noon today. But then I go, hey, still 5 hours away. Probably going to make some money today. Probably going to have some fun experiences, interesting interactions. It's going to get me out of the house. I'm going to ride my scooter to work. It's going to be a great day. And suddenly you're feeling good about work. And, yeah, what have you. I got to get a little more coffee. Is that okay? You guys going to stay with me? You guys going to stay with me? Oh. I'll be back. I'm really starting to have fun with this. I mean, today I think I'm really starting to have fun. Some days I'm feeling a little... Sherry said it's a 12-hour day with no break or lunch. Sherry, if that is true, I'll bet you have no issues with weight. And it's easy for you to lose weight. because I'm waiting tables right now. And when you wait tables, you can be on your feet and run around for 6 or 8 hours at a time. And the moving around's one thing. But the fact that you don't eat for that period of time guarantees you can't be overweight. That's my thought about that. I was thinking about it this morning when I went to the doctors the other day, and they said, "Oh, you're 10 pounds lighter than you were a year ago." I go, "Yeah." I explained it to the nurse. We won't say her name. We won't say her name. Yeah, Sherry, you can't be. I don't mean to bring up your weight, but I don't know you. But I just think if you work for long periods of time, and don't eat for those long periods of time, you can't be overweight. I've learned that. I learned it 10 months ago. Yeah. Spend a few more hours hungry each day. You will lose weight. Trish says she bets I'm great at my job and my customers must love me. I think they kind of do. And honestly, I think I am really good at my job. I'm certainly not perfect, and I certainly make mistakes. I posted a video yesterday about how I'm probably hard to manage because I'm a handful, and I probably am, but I'm trying real hard. I always try real hard. But occasionally I'll, not do something right or whatever. But I think my customers do really love me. I enjoy it. And I talked about this yesterday. When I'm waiting tables and not crazy busy. And by the way, the thing that makes me crazy busiest in the whole world of waiting tables is splitting checks and putting this dish over there and this dish and this glass of wine and having 7 different credit cards and going, oh my gosh, I've just got 3 tables sat and I'm going to spend about 45 minutes doing some accounting here because somebody didn't want to pay for a Diet Coke for their friend. What will you do today to get a little better? What won't I do today to get a little better? Stop Obsolete asked. Stop Obsolete said, what will I do today to get a little better? I mean, again, I'll say this show I'm doing to get a little better. Because when I do this show, I talk about sobriety, and I feel good about that. And somebody out there is going to see this video and stop drinking because of it. And I'm going to go, wow, I feel a little better because I just helped somebody stop drinking. So it's 6 a.m. and I'm already getting a little better. So let me tell you, that's building some momentum. I've made my bed. I've made my bed. That's going to get a little better. I'm going to go to work and have a great attitude and make some money and spread some cheer and spread some joy. I'm going to feel some gratitude for the sun that is rising. I'm going to appreciate this sip of coffee. I'm going to FaceTime my little nugget of love and tell him how much I love him and my little beautiful angel. Tell her how much I love her and how beautiful she is. And I might message my 2 older daughters just to see how they're doing and spread a little cheer on them and let them know that their dad loves them and is thinking about them. So I would say, to answer your question, almost everything I do is trying to get a little better. I think I might be addicted to trying to get a little better. And I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying I'm going to study the Bible. I might go to church today. That would be a little better. There's so many things. There's everywhere I look. Brushing my teeth, you're getting a little better. Just being thankful, you're getting a little better. Stretching, going like this. It's almost imperceptible, but you're getting a little better because you're moving your muscles and you're feeling good. You go to the gym, you're getting a little better. But they don't have to be big things like going to church or going to the gym or not drinking. Start small. Make your bed. If there's a piece of paper on the floor, pick it up. All right, we're coming back because we got somebody asking some serious questions. Carolyn, thank you so much for following the Live Creator. I hope, I appreciate when people follow the Live Creator. I have a lot of fun doing this, and I joke and I talk about serious topics all rolled into one. And I realized while I was posting my video this morning that, most people don't talk about what I talk about or say it as honestly. But I'll tell you what, I'm confident enough in who I am to very openly discuss my weaknesses or the bad moments in my life. Because I look at the bad moments. So, I was talking about staying in my car, living in my car. Makes the story a little better. And the comeback even a little more exciting. Steelers fan wants to go sober and focus on his career. What are some proper first steps? Okay, Steelers fan, I'd say saying that you want to go sober is a great first step. Have you drank this morning? Are you such a Steelers fan? Let me ask you, and I'll say this, and it won't necessarily. Are you really a Steelers fan? Steelers fan, are you really a Steelers fan? Or do you just bleed the black and yellow of the Pittsburgh Steelers because you like to get drunk on a Sunday? And it's okay either way. I was a diehard sports fan, I thought, but then I stopped drinking and sports seemed a little less interesting. Because I think most of the world's fascination with sports is really an excuse to drink alcohol. Because we all know when you go to the baseball game or you go to the football game or you meet your buddies at a bar to watch a game, you're going to drink. I think without alcohol, professional sports would disappear. So I'll say this, Steelers fan. Do you really want to be sober? Do you really want to be sober? If you really want to be sober, change your name from Steelers fan to Joe. Because you're not a Steelers fan. You're a guy that likes to drink beer, be loud, and cheer on your football team. And that's okay. But if you really want to get sober, be honest. If you want to be Steelers fan, you're a guy that likes to drink. And it's true. It's true. Change your name today. That'd be the best first step. You made some bad mistakes last night. Let that go. Let that go. Is sports betting legal in Illinois? Okay, Sherry said don't do it alone. You can do it alone, Steelers fan. Do it anyway. Do it anyway. Teddy Kizzy says, I think gambling, not alcohol, generates more interest in sports. All right. But it didn't used to be that way. It didn't used to be that way. I'll tell you what. You take alcohol out, a lot of gambling disappears too. I think vices kind of go hand in hand. I think I used to enjoy the casino so much because I was drinking. I tell you, now that I've stopped, the casino doesn't have the allure that it did. I think it's easier to give up other vices if you give up drinking. Do casinos give free drinks? They mostly do. I mean, they certainly usually do. Some don't. Some don't. But I'll tell you what, when you're sitting in front and you're gambling at a blackjack table and you're playing $50 a hand in blackjack and they're going like that, the hands, throwing a $10 chip at the waitress, or giving the waitress a $10 chip to get you 2 Heinekens and a glass of water for you and your buddy, doesn't cost very much. So whether they give you free drinks or not, and some do, some don't, and I'm not trying to be vague, but Vegas did and some places don't. The cost of the drinking is minimal. The cost of the drinking is minimal. Yeah. Yeah. You'd got to go to the casino and lose $2,000 or something like that. Maybe 150 of it was spent on beer. Did I prefer Vegas or Atlantic City? Well, I've only been to Atlantic City once. I used to go to Vegas. I mean, I don't know how many times I've been to Vegas. Maybe 10. My weakness, if I had one, and I did, was the casinos in Illinois. When they opened up the riverboat casinos. And then they became land-based, and now they're probably everywhere. And I'll tell you what, I'll bet you there's a lot of people sitting at casinos right now squandering their hard-earned money away. Am I still in Yellowstone? No, I am not, Soul Scott. I came back about 5 weeks ago now because I was needed back home. And I am working as a waiter at a pretty nice restaurant in Naperville, Illinois, my town, and enjoying my work there and working hard and generating a fair amount of revenue, which enables me to cover my financial responsibilities and put this roof over my head, which feels nice. Again, I was in Yellowstone a couple months ago, and I was working there as a waiter because they offered really cheap housing and jobs. And I had a lot of expenses. And and didn't know if I could wait tables at a high level at my age, which is 56 years old. And I went out there, took a job because the job came with a house. The job paid me surprisingly well. I did not know how much waiters could make these days. And was able to cover my financial responsibilities. While I was out there, I'm going, crap, I'm in Yellowstone. I am bored as heck out here. All I'm doing is working and sleeping. Yeah, hey, that's a pretty mountain, but boy, I miss Starbucks and humans and friends and family and McDonald's. So anyway, I came back here and got a job here, and I'm staying in an extended stay while I get my feet under me and get my first real paycheck on Thursday. And I'm looking forward to that. I am looking forward to that. Yeah, because I need it. I got bills to pay and I got financial responsibilities. I'll tell you what, being twice divorced creates a lot of financial responsibilities, and I'm fortunate my ex-wives have been patient over the last month as I'm got a job and going through training and working hard, and but it's going to be good. So, and that's just a small piece to the puzzle. That's just a small piece to the puzzle. That's just one aspect. But it's just one way we can get a little better every day. Sherry calls it a work ethic because it's funny you say that. I don't know if I have a work ethic or I'm just an addictive personality. And if I put focus on, I worked at Super Target. I think I worked pretty hard at Super Target. I had a great work ethic. I was there. I had a good attitude, and I think I worked pretty hard. Uh, but I had to figure out that, crack the code that working at Super Target as an entry level position wasn't going to cover the bills. And again, I think God sends us on our path for reasons we do not understand. And there was a reason I worked at Super Target, and there's a reason my divorces were so painful in every sort of way. Because it was to get me to where I am today, and where I'll be tomorrow. I don't know how not to work. It just don't get paid enough. You just don't get paid enough. Well, Soul Scott, if you don't get paid enough at your current job, I'd suggest you go in with a great attitude today at your current job and be thankful for the money you do get paid. And then when you get home, or if your day off tomorrow or whenever, maybe, and I hate to say put together a resume because it's cliche, and I honestly don't think resumes are very valuable. I have hiring managers yell at me, "Oh, you don't know anything. I've been a hiring manager for 15 years. We get hundreds of resumes a day." And what they don't understand is they're making my point. They get hundreds of resumes a day. I don't want to be a piece of paper amongst 100 resumes. I want to be a human being walking in the business going, "Hey, my name's Ken. I'm positive, hardworking, and I'm very prompt. I'll be here. I'll have a great attitude, and I'll try really hard." I tell you what, you're going to get more jobs doing that than you are sending out 1,000 resumes. And, yeah. Illinois beat 19th ranked KSU, and Iowa State won on a last-second 58-yard field goal. I'll tell you what, I didn't know about the Illinois game, but I did see the end of the Iowa State game, and I have never cheered against Big Ten teams, really. But my oldest girl just went to Iowa State, and they beat their in-state rivals, Iowa, on a last-second field goal. And I'm just excited for my girl experiencing college life for the very first time, and how excited I remember being when Illinois won a big football or basketball game, and just happy for her. Hope she's having a nice time. Christine went to Iowa State. Well, Christine, I didn't even know you were on today, but I'm glad you went to Iowa State. I might be going to Iowa State. It's Parents' Weekend next weekend, and I might be heading out there. If my daughter still wants me there. I don't have a hotel room booked. I'd either have to rent a car or ride my scooter. I haven't decided that. I get stressed about the indecision, but then I go, it'll be okay. You need it. Christine says I need to. Yeah, if my daughter wants me, I'll be there. I've taken the days off work. My job's really cool about that. I tell you what, I'm really fortunate to be working where I'm working. And I went in there and said, "Hey, I need work. I need to work." And they go, "Well, we got hours for you." And all of a sudden, my shifts were filled up and my schedule was filled up, and I was really lucky and fortunate and thankful for it, because I needed to work. I needed the money. And they made it possible. And I worked 7 days in a row. And I worked last night till 10:30. And I'm working today at noon. And, yeah. Not Original says it's crazy how they jacked the hotel prices up for Parents' Weekend. Well, supply and demand. I don't want to get political, talk about price gouging, but I don't know. It's my business. I can charge what I want for whatever service and product, I have. So, and now Mosey says it's greed. I don't know. Is it greed? Is there anything wrong with it? Is there anything wrong with it? I've got something, in this case, a hotel room, at a very high demand time. Why wouldn't I raise the rates? I mean, we call it greed as if we're shaming them. Do we call the teachers picketing, asking for more money, greedy? Or do we say, oh, they're great? Why wouldn't you ask for and receive whatever you can? Yeah, Christine, I'd probably end up staying somewhere just a little bit away. Yeah, Motel 6, $450 a night. Yeah, no, I don't know why we call it greed and act like they're price gouging. I don't know. Is Target selling a box of Cheerios for $8, price gouging? Is that greed? I don't know. I think supply and demand works pretty well. Honestly, and I don't care if it pisses anybody off. I think capitalism works pretty well. It leads to innovation. It all works pretty well. And the less the government gets involved, I think the more smoothly it runs. And, yeah. What part of capitalism has worked in the past? What part of capitalism hasn't worked in the past? I mean, we're all looking at our iPhones right now. We are all looking at our cell phones, we'll say. Most of us are looking at iPhones. Without capitalism, there would be no Apple computer. There would be no iPhone we're on. There probably wouldn't even be this light right here without capitalism. And it leads to innovation. It leads to guys and girls, or when I say guys, I don't mean men, but it leads to people wanting to kick ass and come up with cool things and work hard and, I don't know, play the game. Yeah. I'm really getting on my high horse today. I am really getting on my high horse today. Sometimes in capitalism can be hard on the receiving end of the ass kicking. But sometimes you need your ass kicked to get better. I was working at Target making $15.50 an hour and couldn't afford a home. That was my spot. I put myself there. The decisions I made put me there. I'm not saying it was easy, and I'm not saying I didn't moan and groan and whine and go, gosh darn it, this is hard. But I'll tell you what, I'm not living in my car anymore. And I'm on to a better tomorrow. And without the incentive that was capitalism or free markets, I may have just floated by and punched a clock and stocked shelves. And honestly, I shouldn't be stocking shelves. I have God planned something else for me. But without capitalism, or some might call it greed, I might have just ridden it out in stock shelves and been supplied housing and been taken care of. Thank you so much for following the live creator. I really appreciate that. I really do. I really do. I have a lot of fun doing this, and I go live every morning on TikTok. Vanessa asks, what's more touching, your daughter leaving to college or Augie getting on the bus? Well, Augie hasn't gotten on the bus yet, but both thoughts of both of them make tears come to my eyes. And I don't know that you need a more touching, but I think what's key in life isn't evaluating what was more touching, but being touched. And the thought of my daughter heading off to college makes tears come to my eyes. And the thought of Augie going on a school bus for the first time also makes tears come to my eyes. And how he'll think he's such a big boy and how proud he'll be of himself and how nervous I'll be. But I was nervous when my oldest went off to college too. Yeah. I don't know. Good morning, Derek. How are you? How are you? We've had a nice audience today. This has been fun. I don't know how long I've talked. I'm finishing up my second cup of coffee. And just kind of sitting here thinking about my day. My day's pretty much planned out. The next few hours I have kind of free. And whether I go to church, go to the gym, get some more sleep, eat some fruit, drink some coffee, edit some videos, FaceTime my babies, text my girls, reach out to a few friends. The next few hours are pretty much available to me however I want to use them. Good morning, Laura. Good morning, Laura from Wisconsin. How are you? I missed you terribly, Laura. Did I go to the farmer's market yesterday? I did not go to the farmer's market. I did not. I had thought I would. My plans changed. I did eat some peaches yesterday. I'm hooked on peaches. I'm all out of peaches here. I got a banana. I got an apple. I got an orange. I really wish I had some peaches. Good to see you, Laura. But anyway, it's Sunday morning. I'm feeling good. Just finishing up my second cup of coffee. The skies are brightening, and my day is ahead of me. And I'm looking forward to taking the day on. And taking the day on doesn't always mean climbing a mountain. Sometimes it's okay to rest. Again, I worked late last night, and I woke early this morning, and if to me, climbing a mountain means crawling back into bed and getting another hour of sleep because I can. That's okay. And if you're not in a position to do that, that's okay as well. But I'm excited for my day no matter what it holds. And I hope you're excited for your day as well. And I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And I hope you had a great night's sleep last night. And I hope that whatever you do today, somebody asked me earlier in the show, what are you doing today to get a little better today? And my answer was, I don't know what I'm doing today to not get a little better. So I hope whatever you do today, progress is in the back of your mind. Because I think, having the six-pack of abs or the huge bank account or the fancy car, the gorgeous wife or the big house, none of that matters. but striving for all those things, and they don't even have to be material things. You could have striving for more spirituality or more self-love or more fitness. It doesn't have to be material things, but I think striving for something makes life a lot more fun. And it can be striving for all sorts of things. But try and, as you go through your day, I don't know, try and get a little better if you want. If you don't, that's cool too. Easiest way to get a little better is being grateful for the things you have already. So I'm grateful for this sip of coffee. And I'm grateful for you. I want to thank you so much for joining me on this Sunday morning, sharing a little bit of your day, sharing a little bit of your weekend, sharing a little bit of your life, and sharing a little bit of coffee. I hope you have a wonderful day today. I hope you are feeling good. I hope you are loving yourself. I hope you're forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.